And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. In case you forgot, my name is Steve Born, excuse me, and welcome back to an episode of Born to Talk About Sports. Definitely been a while. It's been a few months. Still celebrating Christmas here at the old homestead. Let me just tell you why it's been a while. We've gone through some major renovations. Yeah, easy for me to say. The house, we've gotten wood floors put in, got the windows redone, got new doors put in. Celebrated Christmas. Was going to record last week and then couldn't find the tripod to for recording. We eventually found it, and I'm back. Missed you all. There's obviously a lot in sports that's been covered since I was on the air. The Houston Astros won the World Series. Jays and Mariners competed in probably one of the biggest comebacks in baseball history. It was 8-1, final 9-8 Mariners ended the Jays season. Um, and we'll just go from there. The NFL season, basically, the story of a lot of this year has been about the Philadelphia Eagles and the Buffalo Bills. With nice stories in Minnesota with Justin Jefferson becoming officially cementing himself as one of the elite receivers in the NFL. I mean, the game against Buffalo was, I mean, it was the last game the Buffalo Bills lost. It was probably a lot of people consider one of the games of the year. Then you've got Jalen Hurts basically taking over Philly in the NFC East, and if it wasn't for a shoulder injury, they would have claimed that division a long time ago. And then you've got Brock frickin' Purdy out in San Francisco, who's just third string Mr. Irrelevant. And right now, the Niners are probably one of the favorites to come out of the NFC at the 2 seed there. And that's leading to what I'm going to talk about this week. I'm going to make my NFL predictions. I'm sure you're already seeing a lot of them. I'm recording this on Wednesday, January 10th, and I'm going to start with my hometown, well, not hometown, just down the QEW, Buffalo Bills hosting the Miami Dolphins. Um, on paper, this should be an ass kicking. Basically, what you saw in the national championship game with what Georgia did to Texas Christian. This should, in theory, should be roughly the same sort of deal. Tua Tagovailoa has not passed concussion protocol. He's out. Backup Teddy Bridgewater has a broken finger. So Skylar Murray, I believe is his name, is the third stringer for the Miami Dolphins. Their left tackle's out. Mostert, their running back, rumor has it that he broke his thumb in Week 18 against the Jets. If that's true, if he plays, he'll be very ineffective. But Buffalo's got all the momentum in the world right now. They've won something like 7 straight. Um, and obviously, what happened with Damar Hamlin just just after Christmas. I don't know what else to say. Like I say, as of recording this, he is out of Buffalo Hospital. He is in Buffalo Bills doctor's care. Um, Honestly, thank God I wasn't privy to what was going on at the time. I don't know if I could handle it. More and more I think about it, more and more I get the tears streaming down. I mean, the guy. There was talk that the guy was legally dead for 20 seconds. Buffalo, like I said, Buffalo's going to use this if he can. I guarantee you, Damar Hamlin will be at Highmark Stadium Sunday 1 o'clock in a box. And I mean, after what we saw against the Patriots, where Hakeem Hines, the first play after that runs back for a touchdown, and it was so nice he did it twice. Obviously, he got Special Teams Player of the Week. I think again that goes without saying. There have only been 4 kickoff returns for touchdowns in the NFL season going into the final week. Hakeem Hines did it twice. So yeah, no, I'm picking Bills by a billion here. The other AFC matchups, you've got the Cincinnati Bengals versus the Baltimore Ravens. Um, Cincinnati is the favorite here as well. They should be. They are the number 3 seed in the AFC, winners of the AFC North. Baltimore's hurting. Lamar Jackson looks like he's still probably going to be a no-go with the sprained PCL ligament in his knee. I do like the Bengals here. I don't think there's any reason why you shouldn't. The Bengals are heading into the playoffs, but almost as healthy as humanly possible. Got all the momentum in the world. Bengals, I won't say Bengals by a billion, but Bengals should win this one very comfortably. I'm guessing somewhere in the rounds of 24-10, maybe even 30-10. And then our other AFC first round wild card matchup is the worst of first Jacksonville Jaguars, led by first overall pick Trevor Lawrence, versus the top wild card seed, the LA Chargers. Both quarterbacks, Justin Herbert and Trevor Lawrence, are making their playoff debuts. Both teams are relatively inexperienced in the playoffs. Um, I think this one will be close, but uh, I do think the LA Chargers find a way to pull it out. The Chargers are starting to get hot at the right time, and Jacksonville might just be a happy to be here sort of deal. Use this build off next year, because if the way things are looking in that division, they're basically going to do it to the AFC South of what Buffalo started to do in the AFC East a couple of years ago, and just dominate. Um, Jacksonville needs probably another couple of receivers to say a Stephon Diggs type, or not even that elite, but somebody to for Trevor Lawrence to be a closer eyes and go and screw it. He's out there somewhere. And now in the NFC, you've got well, let's start with the Monday nighter, the final playoff game of the weekend, so to speak. You've got the Dallas Cowboys as the 5 seed against the lowest ranked division winner, Tom Brady and the Buccaneers, the 4 seed. Um, it's Tom Brady in the playoffs, so you never discount him. And it's the Dallas Cowboys in the playoffs. Never safe to pick them. Um, Dallas, I believe, is opened up around 3.5 point favorites just because they are the road team, even though the records are not even close. I think Dallas finds a way to pull this out, but it wouldn't shock me in the world if Brady went back into beast mode and took care of business. I am picking Dallas, but it's not a very confident pick. Next up is Giants and Vikings. No one had the Giants being here. I mean, as a Bills fan, I'm pulling for Brian Dable. Was a great offensive coordinator with Buffalo, especially once he left the sidelines and started calling plays in the booth. I think it saved his job and it put Josh Allen into the elite quarterback status with the Patrick Mahomes in the world. That being said, Vikings are the home team. They, for the most part, outside of a couple of hiccups, dominated the NFC North. Um, like I said, Justin Jefferson's one of the elite receivers in the game, probably top three, top four receivers in the game. Um, I do think Minnesota finds a way at home. I think it's close. After what we saw on just before Christmas with what they did to Indianapolis, you never count out the Vikings. So I think Minnesota wins this game, but it's going to be close. I'm going to say 24-21, somewhere around that area. And then you got the final NFC playoff game with, who is it? It is San Francisco 49ers versus, who are the Niners playing? I'm just sorry, off the top of my head here. The wildcards were the Giants, the Giants, sorry, but I'm trying to think here. Who is it? It's because you got the Eagles and Cowboys. You had it's the Seahawks, Seattle Seahawks. That's right. Surprising Seattle Seahawks, led by probably comeback player of the year, Geno Smith. Left off the scrap heap with the Jets. Made his way out. Russell Wilson gets shipped off. Mr. No Name comes from Denver, and Geno beats him out in training camp for the top spot. And Seattle Seahawks are your wild card team. They needed some help from the Detroit Lions on the final game of the year, and got that help. Very much so, like about 5 years ago with Cincinnati helping Buffalo to get into the playoffs. Yeah, it's funny how it all comes full circle. I am going to pick the Niners. How can you go against Debo Samuel, George Kittle, and Christian McCaffrey? They're making Brock Purdy uh, look like a 5 year veteran, or 5 year veteran, I guess. But yeah, no, I am picking the Niners, but Seattle possibly could give them a run, especially if they do keep the ball on the ground. Geno Smith has been known for the occasional pick here or there, so if the Seahawks keep the ball on the ground, they might have a shot. If not, this game will be over at half. I do want to, as I'm wrapping this up, I do want to thank you all for being patient. Like I said, just a lot of changes in the house, and of course with Christmas uh, and with the renovations, I actually did. Like I said, I lost the tripod, so I finally got that back. And yeah, so hopefully I'm going to be doing once a week again. Um, if you guys have any topics for me to discuss outside of say football picks for the next month, you know where to get a hold of me: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter at SteveBorn1, Instagram at Born to Talk About Sports, all lowercase, and Facebook. Well, very old school, I guess. Facebook turning about 20 this year, I believe. So if again any questions, comments, be greatly appreciated. Use the hashtag here, Born to Talk About hashtag Born Sports, and hopefully I'll see you in a week. Take care, everybody.